Hello friends, welcome to Multiverse with Chandra Kant, and we meet every day to discuss about the celestial objects. And we have moved out of the near vicinity uh, of the sun, and we are now exploring the close by stars. And today we are going to discuss about the star which is also known as Rigel Kentaurus. And believe it or not, it is part of a Alpha Centauri. Alpha Centauri, if you know, is the closest star system to Sun, about 4.2, 4.3 light years away from Sun. And it's a triple star system. There are two stars that we are discussing today. That is Alpha Centauri A and Alpha Centauri B. And the other name, ancient name, is Rigel Kentaurus, because the ancients knew about this star for a very long time, and they have given this name. So let's hop into our imaginary spacecraft and get into the orbit of Rigel Kentaurus. As you can see, we are in the spacecraft, and through our window we are watching this particular star, and it is moving around. This is a live feed. And out of the three stars, this is slightly away from Sun. It is located at about 4.37 light years from Sun. At the same time, it is very similar to Sun. It has a slightly more mass, and this is a star A, and it's a binary star. In fact, it's a tertiary star system with two binary system also. I mean, two stars in a binary formation. So Rigel Kentaurus A and Rigel Kentaurus B are the two stars which rotates around each other, and there is a third one also that is called Proxima Centauri. If you want to know about Proxima Centauri, you can actually visit our video on that, but we are not covering about Proxima Centauri today. We are only talking about Rigel Kentaurus A and B, in other words Alpha Centauri A and B. And these are all sun-like star, very similar to yellow star, and the A has a slightly more mass than Sun, and B has slightly less mass. So let's move on to the next fact. Well, Alpha Centauri is visible from Earth only in the southern hemisphere, because it is at that angle at 29 degrees from the equator. So from the northern hemisphere, this star system is not visible. You have to go to Australia or South America or South Africa to see these star systems using a telescope. So did you also know the next fact is that one of the star is slightly more massive, even though it has the same characteristics in terms of how the star functions, and the other star, which is Alpha Centauri B, is slightly smaller. The Alpha Centauri B actually rotates very close by to A star, and if you have to compare the rotation of star B, it would be somewhere located near the Uranus orbit, and that's the distance between these two stars. Well, because presence of two large stars, which are yellow stars, they are fairly large, and they are in the same solar system. That means the solar system of Alpha Centauri is a binary star at the center, at the core of it. Because of this extreme gravitational and heat in that area, the planets so far have not been formed. As of now, I mean, the scientists have not been able to locate any planets around star A and star B, but who knows, there could be some asteroids floating around, large ones, but so far we have not been able to detect any planet around these two stars. However, the third one, which is Proxima Centauri, has 3 confirmed planets, and all 3 are rocky planets. So moving on to the next fact. Well, when we look up in the night sky, the brightest star we see is Sirius. and that is the brightest star, and therefore Alpha Centauri is the third brightest star. It's not very big, like Sirius is quite big and it's quite far off, still it is brightest. Well, Alpha Centauri is not big, but they are close by, so that is why they appear very bright in the night sky, and the brightest star is the sun that we have in our solar system. And I said there are double star systems, which is Rigel Kentaurus A and Kentaurus B, and there is a third one which is called Proxima Centauri, which is slightly away from these double star systems. It takes about 500,000 years, Earth years, for Proxima Centauri to take one orbit of these two double star systems. So you can imagine how far the Proxima Centauri would be from these stars. Well, if you go down to south, like Australia or South Africa, you will be able to see these two stars without using any telescope, and that is why the ancients were aware of these star systems for a very long time. Greeks were aware of this, Indians were aware of it, and a lot of other civilizations. The native Australians were also aware of this. Well, as I said, Alpha Centauri A, which is Rigel Kentaurus, is a yellow star, pretty much like Sun, and Alpha Centauri B is slightly smaller star. It's about 90% mass of the Sun, and hence it has a slightly less energy, and that is called orange star. So, like Sun is a yellow star, Alpha Centauri A is a yellow star, Alpha Centauri B is an orange star. Well, distances are mind-boggling in space, and if we have to examine the star systems and visit this place using the current technology the humans will take, using our spaceship technology that we have today, it will take 50,000 years to reach Alpha Centauri. So the current speed at which we travel, even though it is very fast, it's like many times faster than the bullet, it's not sufficient to travel in space because distances are so large. So Alpha Centauri is at 4.3 light years away, and we would need a faster engine, and there are a lot of research going on different kinds of engines which can propel our spaceship. Even though our first mission may be robotic, but we still need to send a faster aircraft. So if the scientists, as per the observation, says that if there is a spacecraft which could travel in about 20 to 30% speed of light in that range, then it would take about 20 years, or probably if humans are traveling on that spaceship, 2 generations. That means the second generation would have taken birth on the spaceship itself to reach Centauri and then examine that star system. Since these two star systems are the main body in that solar system of Alpha Centauri, A is slightly bigger and B is slightly smaller than Sun. So if you add up these two mass, the mass of Alpha Centauri system in the binary system is equal to 2 solar masses. That means twice the mass of Sun. And this is excluding the Proxima Centauri, which is the third one in the whole star system. So the Alpha Centauri A and B comprised of twice the mass of our solar system. And the 3 star systems of Alpha Centauri, which is A, B and Proxima Centauri, is slightly older than Sun. Sun is about 4.6 billion years age, whereas Alpha Centauri is about 4.85 billion years. That means it was formed before Sun, and that is why it is slightly older than Sun. So I think it's a very interesting place to visit. Especially there are 3 star systems in the solar system. It's going to be so different from our solar system, where we have only 1 star and 8 planets and multiple dwarf planets. So we have to see how that kind of solar system behave when there are 2 stars, main sequence stars, yellow stars, which are very energetic and very powerful, quite large, coexisting in a close vicinity, and the third one is rotating around, which is a red dwarf, slightly further away. So this is very interesting, thing, different kind of a solar system, and we are all waiting for James Webb to wake up and examine Alpha Centauri system, because I think there are planets also around Proxima Centauri, so a lot of hopes. So friends, if you like the video today, do share your comments, and as always, thanks for watching, and I will meet you in the next one.